Homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liaoming, homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Tupten Dorji, homage to the three jewels of the altar, and homage to the main deity of Homa today, Padma Kumara. Homage to the 8 great dragon kings. Sumo, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, leaders of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are for True Buddha School, True Buddha Dantayana, Buddhist Associations of Taiwan's, the law advisor, Dr. Lu Wenxiang, producers for the Kini Tensang Xinten of CTI TV Taiwan, Ms. Rebecca Xiaji, Dr. Ryan Zong, and the representative to the council person from Taipei City, Ms. Xue Huiling, from the Voices from Heaven Choir Group, Dharma Sister Lin Yizhan, and Ms. Chen Ying, and from the Sunny Line Dance Group, Dharma Sister Yan Ru and Dharma Sister Shen Ting, Dr. Lin, and the advisor to the Overseas Chinese Seed in Seattle, Ms. Winnie Xie. And from Chengdu, Jingcheng Airline Company, it's the president, Miss Yan. Good afternoon, everybody. How do you do? Cantonese. How are you? How do you do? Thank you. And today we had the Homa of Padma Kumara. And just now, the 8 great dragon kings were also here. And they provided their support and sprinkled some nectars upon us. Now it's sunny again. So when we got in here, they started to sprinkle some water. So if you get a drop, then you would get 10 million. And it's also for purification. And also to return to the purity. There's no need to talk more about Padma Kumara. We've talked so much about it. So Guru Padmasambhava is a very typical lotus youth of Padma Kumara because he was lotus born. He was born from a lotus blossom. So that's why he was called the lotus born. He was a bodhisattva that was born from a lotus blossom. So all the lineage gurus of the Tibetan four schools highly revere Guru Padmasambhava, who was Padmakumara. So if you say he was not, but he was born from a lotus blossom. You know, when we read his hagiography, he was born from a lotus, from a Dhanakosha ocean. Actually, it's a lake, and emanated from a lotus. That's a lotus youth that was emanated from a lotus at the lake Dhanakosha. So Padmasambhava was Padmakumara, otherwise what would he be? And also the lotus youth Pao Sang and lotus youth Pao Yi. And also the lineage gurus for Mahamudra. So the Adi Buddha transmitted Mahamudra to lotus youth Pao Sang and lotus youth Pao Yi. So they're both lotus youths. So Guru Padmasambhava was a great lineage guru for the great perfection Dharma. So one is for the Mahamudra, the other one is for the Dokchen. So they're quite great, right? What more to say? So the mantra of Padmakumara. A lot of people thought that's the mantra, the heart mantra of Grandmaster Lu, because his Dharma name is Lien Sung. So that must be the mantra for Grandmaster. But please don't mistake it. That is the mantra for Padmakumara. Then the meaning is Om. Means the whole universe. Guru means the great teacher. Mahaguru is the great teacher, or the great guide. Lien Sheng is born from a lotus. It's not from the living Buddha Lien Sheng, or it's not Seng Yen Lu, but anyone emanated from a lotus would have this heart mantra. So all Padmakumaras are lotus borns. Siddhi is the attainment of the Buddha's Pure Lands, and home means accomplished or attained. So the lotus born from the universe, attaining the pure Buddha land, and all is perfect. And some people mistake it that Om Guru Lien Sung Siddhi Hom is the heart mantra of Grandmaster. But it is the mantra for every single Padmakumara. So that means the emanated from a lotus, and of course Lien Sung, or lotus born, is also my Dharma name. But the meaning of this Lien Sung, or lotus born, is emanated from a lotus. If you don't talk about the two words Lien Sung, then you're not lotus born. So what I meant was, this is the general mantra for all lotus youths or lotus borns. So that's how it is. Now you're clear about it. Don't think that by chanting Om Guru Lien Sung Siddhi Hom is Grandmaster's mantra. But that's the common mantra for every Padmakumara. Om, the great teacher of the universe, the lotus youth, the lotus borns or lotus youths, twin lotus ponds of Buddha land, and all accomplished and perfect. That's the meaning of the mantra. So at that time, this mantra was spoken by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So the lotus-born or lotus youth belonging to Guru Padmasambhava in Sanskrit is called Padma, Pema. And for White Lotus King, there was also Padma in there. That means lotus-born. So Padma means Lian Seng or lotus-born. Now you understand. Now let me make announcements. Next Sunday, August 14th, at 3 p.m., the Homa would be of Akalanata, the immovable Vidyaraja. And this Vidyaraja, this Akalanata, at Seattle Temple will be invoked by me every night. And then I would place him at every windows at home so that Simu can sleep well and deeply. That's due to Akalanata. So her sleeps have always been well, except one time. Why? What happened? That's the lunar, the first day of the 7th lunar month. That night, she changed her bed, her mattress, her bed sheet, and she changed her blankets and bed sheets on the first day of the 7th lunar month. Because on that day, the gods were on the bed. So in the lunar calendar, it was often mentioned that on what day the god was at the door or on the bed or in the kitchen or whatever. But at that day, the god happened to be on the bed, and then you moved the bed. So no wonder you didn't sleep well that night. So it only happened once. Even after my blessings and invoking Akalanata to seal all the windows, she still did not sleep well that night because you moved the bed, you touched the bed because the god was there. So problem happened because the bed sheets and the blanket were new, and she moved the bed, so the god was dispersed. So only that night she didn't sleep well. The other nights she slept well because of the protection of Akalanata. In the past, at the earliest time, I used Akalanata as my yidam. And because then I had a spiritual response from Yamantaka, then I used Yamantaka. And then recently, I invoked Akalanata, and now Akalanata came back. So sometimes I'm not clear whether it is Yamantaka, because other than that spiritual response, he was traveling everywhere, helping other people. And Akalanata came back again recently. He left me for a while But now he came back. So you should make it clear to me whether my protector is Akalanata or Yamantaka. In Japanese Tantrayana, if your Chinese zodiac is chicken, then the central yidam would be Vairocana and your protector would be Akalanata. And Grandmaster is chicken. So with chicken Chinese zodiac. And American, when they say chicken, is like you have no courage. You're a chicken. So courage in Chinese also sound like gallbladder, but I still have my gallbladder. So let me tell you, of the 12 Chinese zodiacs, only one animal is wearing the 5 Buddha crown. Only the chicken, those with the chicken zodiacs are wearing the 5 Buddha crown. Yesterday we talked about the 4 bodies or 4 kayas. Talking about the 4 bodies, there are 3 points. And the first and the second point is from the common knowledge, and the third point is from Grandmaster's book, Zhen Fu Mi Zhong Ming, book number 63, the 2 Buddha secrets of secrets. So the 4 bodies, one is the form body with enjoyment body, emanation body, and then the Dharma bodies, which is the nature body and wisdom body. So altogether 4 bodies. So that's based on Tantrayana. So Dharma body, Sambhogakaya, Dhammakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nimanakaya, and then wisdom kaya. Dhammakaya divided into nature kaya and wisdom dhammakaya. And then the 5 bodies, that would be Dharma body, enjoyment body, emanation body, nature body, and blissful wisdom body. And in my book, the first one is the true body, Dharma, nature body, enjoyment, nature body, emanation, nature body. And we can also say that the true body is the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Sneezing? It's a dog. It's okay. I thought that was the sound of thunder. So true body, Dharma nature body, and then reward nature body and emanation body. So the true body is the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, and the Dharma nature body is Buddha Lokana, and the enjoyment body or reward body is Padma Kumara, and the emanation body or physical body is living Buddha Lien Sheng. So that's how it is. So actually, every fellow practitioner is an emanation body. So this was from last night about the 4 bodies. Today let's talk more about the Lamdre. So We have talked about the potential causal continuum last night, and now we will talk about the body-limb methods continuum, or the methods of body continuum, and it is explained this way here. The methods of the body continuum is based on top of the potential causal continuum. It is the methods for one having the affinity to receive an empowerment and perform the practice for purification and until eventually attain fruition. So our body comprises of the 5 elements: the earth, water, fire, wind, and space. And the earth is the bones. Our bones and flesh belong to the earth element. And water, as you know, our body comprises of 70% water. And fire is our temperature, our body temperature is fire. So earth, water, fire, and wind. Wind is the air that we inhale, the air that we exhale. That's air. And space, or emptiness. And that is the Buddha consciousness. That's the seed of Tathagata, is the space or emptiness. So our body is earth, water, fire, wind, and space. And we rely on this body to cultivate spiritually. And that would be called the methods of the body continuum. And what is Dharma, or Buddha Dharma? Buddha Dharma is from Sakyamuni Buddha, and after Sakyamuni Buddha's times, the gurus, the lineage gurus, experience in their spiritual cultivation. They rely on the methods of Sakyamuni Buddha and methods of all lineage gurus to cultivate spiritually. That would be called the methods. Methods, or in Chinese, fang bian, which is convenience. This is a joke about fang bian. It's really hard to translate because it means many different things. So now, is it convenient to talk? No, it's not convenient because I'm performing my convenience, which means going to the toilet. So when would you be convenient then? When I'm not convenient, then it's not convenient. When I'm convenient, then I'm convenient. So foreigners learning Chinese would be befuddled about these Chinese words. You make a phone call and the answer is like, oh, this person is not convenient to receive the phone because he is conveniencing himself. Then when would he be convenient to talk to me? Then when he's not conveniencing himself. So it's very confusing. So going to the toilet is also calling convenient. So when he's not going to the toilet, then it's inconvenient. But when it's inconvenient, of course, it's not convenient for him to talk. Or else he would be in the toilet. So it's very confusing. It's very difficult to understand Chinese because it's multifacets. It means a lot of different things. So the convenient methods of the body continuum is not the sutra talking about going to the toilet. It talks about 2 types of Buddha Dharma. One belongs to the wisdom, and that's the mother tantra, and the other one is the methods or the convenient, skillful ways, is the father tantra. So mother tantra and father tantra. Father tantra is the Buddha Dharma. Mother tantra is wisdom. With no methods, no wisdom. Wisdom has to rely on methods to have attainments. So what is this methods or convenient ways? Like our practice today, the fire offering is a convenient method. We use fire offering. By use of the fire, we make offerings to the heavens, to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So this is the method from ancient India by use of the fire offering. And it was also used by Sakyamuni Buddha and Buddhism. At first, Sakyamuni Buddha did not accept it, but because the disciples were all Indians, and in Hinduism, they use fire to offer to the heavens. But not only in Hinduism, but in the Bible too. Abraham, in Taiwanese called Abraham, he sacrificed a lamb as an offering to heavens. So he also lit the fire and placed the lamb on top of it. So it also existed in Judaism. So the Bible also wrote about fire offering. So they used fire and lamb to make a sacrifice as an offering to heavens. That Abraham burned the lamb as an offering to God. And in Hinduism, there are lots of fire offerings. It means a lot of different things. Because Buddhism came from Hinduism, and Sakyamuni Buddha saw that disciples made the fire offering, and at first he rejected it. He was against it, and then later on he accepted a few kinds. And then in Buddhism and Tantrayana, we also use fire offering. That's the reason. And why do we have water offering? By use of water, we make offering. That's called the water offering. That only exists in True Buddha school. It's rarely encountered in other schools. Why? Because in today pro-green environment, it's very difficult to perform the fire offering. Like say in the city, and you perform fire offering, the fire department would come because the neighbors would call to 911. In Taiwan would be 119. And then the fire trucks would come. It's very difficult to make fire as an offering. So for a convenient method, we use water. And via the water god, he passed the offerings to all the deities. And in fire offering, we ask the fire god to pass on the offerings. So there were, in the ritual, we tap 7 times because, north, south, east, and west. And at the center, we are inviting the heavenly fire god to descend. And then we burn the offerings, and then he passes on the offerings to all the deities as an offering. So that's fire offering. And this is methods or convenient. And in Tantrayana is the purity of body, speech, and mind. And the most important point is to gain yogic response or spiritual union with the yidam. Because once you have this spiritual union, at the time of your passing, when your soul leaves the body, because you're already in union, then your yidam would guide you to the Buddha land. If you have spiritual union with Amitabha, then Amitabha would appear. So when you die, then the lotus would open, and then you would be able to see Buddha, and he would guide you to the Buddha land. So it explains here. It's to perform the practice for purification and equipoise. So to cleanse all the contaminants of your body. Once your body, speech, and mind are purified, then you transform to become so you transform your own contaminants, and once you're purified, your yidam can guide you to the pure Buddha lands. So this method is the convenient Buddha Dharma. Once you're guided to the Pure Land, do you still need the Buddha Dharma? No more, no need. There's no use for the Buddha Dharma. Why? As Sakyamuni Buddha said in the Diamond Sutra, like you're riding on a boat, you need the boat. But once you arrive at the other shore, you don't need the boat anymore. You don't need to come back. You don't need to return to samsara. Once you get off the boat, up the shore, you have no need for the boat anymore. And Buddha Dharma is like the boat, taking us together, spiritually cultivating. And once you purify your body, speech, and mind, you arrive at the pure Buddha lands. And once you arrive there, there's no need to come back, because then you have no need for Buddha Dharma anymore. So because it's non-returning, you don't need to return to samsara unless you made the vow and you come back because of your vow to liberate sentient beings. Then you come back to the samsara and then teaching everybody to get on this Dharma ship and together arriving at the Buddha lands. And this ship is called the convenient method for purification and equipoise. So Sakyamuni Buddha used this boat as an analogy. So even the Buddha Dharma has to be abandoned at some point, eventually. So moreover, the non-Buddha Dharma, moreover, everything other than Buddha Dharma. So what it means is eventually you need to let go of the Buddha Dharma. Some people are very attached to Buddha Dharma. And then one day when you have attainment and you're still attached to the Buddha Dharma, then Buddha Dharma becomes your obstruction. Because you still stay on the boat, because everybody was on the boat or on the ship and they have arrived at the shore and they all have gone to the Buddha lands, but you're still staying on the ship and you're still holding on to the ship. You don't want to get off to the shore. It's time for you to abandon the Buddha Dharma, but you're grasping on it. Didn't want to let go. I couldn't differentiate between ship or boat and bed in Chinese. Chuan is boat or ship and chuang is bed. How do you differentiate them? I learned Popo Mofo of Taiwan, and in mainland China is the Romanization or Hanyu Pinyin. And in Taiwan we use Popo Mofo. When I was young, I couldn't differentiate between Chuan and Chuang. That's my problem. So the methods for one having the affinity to receive an empowerment and perform the practice for purification until eventually one attain fruition. So Buddha Dharma is just a method, a convenient method. This is said very clearly here. Here, I'm a new medical student and I was very nervous in the dissection class. Especially a classmate was showing off that his parents were surgeons and he was boasting of. But 2 hours later, the teacher praised me. You did it well. So what was your family education, like your grandparents or parents? And I replied in embarrassment, yes, my grandpa was a butcher. A surgeon. You can ask Louis. Please stand up. You're a doctor now. How come you don't register your name for the VIP list? Oh, I'm too shy, but other people are not shy. So this is play of words of Chinese too. 意思。不好意思，不好意思 is kind of shy. He is a surgeon. So, how about your family education? Is your grandpa a chicken butcher? It's very easy to become a surgeon. If you dare to take a knife and cut, then you become a surgeon. My family education was very good. My mother butchered chicken. How? Why did I say that? Because in the past, we have a chicken farm. And we also had pigs and chickens. I fed pigs when I was little. When I was in high school, we still had a chicken at home. So I fed the chicken too. So my mom killed the chicken, but she chanted mantra when doing that. And decided by normal, common people, this is in Taiwanese. My mom would always chant this mantra prior to killing a chicken. That's how we butcher the chicken. And when she started to practicing Buddhism, she started to chant the deliverance mantra and did not kill anymore. So the Taiwanese mantra translated into Chinese is, being a chicken or being a bird will never transcend life and death. I'll let you be reborn soon and then kill. We chant it in Taiwanese. Have you chanted it? I heard my mom chanting that. The elder Bodhisattva knew. Did you kill chicken? But chickens are wearing the 5 Buddha crown. She killed chicken and ducks. So that's also a convenient method. So Lois now is not a surgeon, but he's doing plastic surgery. It's the very popular field nowadays. I'm marketing you. You can make Grandmaster's face to be really round with really long ears, and the eyes become Amitabha's eyes, blue eyes. Yes, he said. At that time, I will not be able to go to the Buddha land. Why? Because Amitabha would not recognize me. I have to have attainment on my own. A young girl called her classmate, Xiaofang, I had the bad news. The little mice, my pet mouse died. What happened? It was fine yesterday. And I thought, when you have headache, I give headache medicine. But when the mouse got sick, I give it the mouse, like the rat drugs. And actually, that's to kill mice. The rat poison or drugs. So there are a lot of things that's not of one taste. There's some differences. In Buddhism, we talk about 3 bodies and 4 wisdoms. 3 bodies are Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. And 4 wisdoms is the wisdom of marvelous observation, the wisdom of equal nature, the wisdom of all accomplishments, and the mirror-like wisdom. So these are the 4 great wisdoms. And altogether, that would be called the wisdom nature of the Dharma realm. So 3 bodies and 4 wisdoms. So the wisdom of marvelous observation. You observe using your eyes. Every sentient being is not one taste. The Buddha nature is one taste, but the rest is differentiated into myriad tastes. In order to salvage sentient beings, we need 84,000 different Dharma gates, all different kinds of Buddha Dharma to save sentient beings. You cannot use the same thing. Like someone gets cold, you use the same medicine for this and for that, because everybody's body constitution is different. And some people get cured by taking that medicine. And if you're cured, then the medicine is suitable for you, and the Buddha Dharma is suitable for you. If the Buddha Dharma is not suitable for you, and then you take it, then you'll die, like taking the rat poison. There are many different kinds of medicines to cure the 84,000 kinds of illnesses. There are many kinds of Buddha Dharma. And you cure every individual based on their characteristics. So that's why the Buddha Dharma given would be different to everybody. For example, a statement, I talk about Mahabala, talking about the color. Mahabala has two functions. One is for subjugation. And for subjugation, you need the deep blue or dark or black color for subjugation. And second is for magnetization, for love. That's why his body is red. So you can either use red. So when you learn Mahabala, and if your image is deep blue, that's right. And deep red is also right. Why? They are both right. Because he's an emanation of Amitabha Buddha. He's an emanation of Padma Kumara. So he's also an emanation of Padma Kumara. His body is red. Because there are two major practices for Mahabala. One is for magnetization and the other one is subjugation. But because he is called Vajra protector, so that's deep blue. But he can also be deep red. In my book, I wrote him as to be red. So either one's fine. So the mantra. Oh, Mahaguru, that's the great teacher, Mahaguru. So, is it okay to chant the mantra like this? Yes. The great teacher of the universe, his wisdom, lotus-born, Buddha, Pure Land, attainment, CD, attainment. So mantra, you cannot ask, how can you change your heart mantra? It's not my heart mantra, that's Padma Kumara's heart mantra. I didn't change it. Om Beca Guru Padma Siddhi Hom Se is Guru Padma Sambhava's mantra. Om Beca Padma Hom is the shortest mantra of Guru Padma Sambhava. Om Beca Padma Hom. That's right. Why do you use Maha? Because it's a great teacher. You can change it. You can change mantras. You can even change the color of the body. Today I'm wearing white outfit for the white Maha Padma Kumara. And tomorrow I will wear purple. Tomorrow I'm going to LA, California, Los Angeles. Tomorrow I will wear the purple outfit. Why are you wearing purple? You're not purple Padma Kumara. I am also purple Padma Kumara. Because white encompasses all colors. I've said that before. all colors came from the color white. It's very clear. So when I'm wearing yellow, I became yellow Padmakumara. I'm wearing golden color, I become golden Padmakumara. So whatever color I wear, I would become that color Padmakumara. I can change clothes. So Padmakumara can change clothes, and I am any colors. Why isn't that allowed? You need to restrict me to always wear white because I'm a white Padmakumara? Not necessarily. The color I like most is red and yellow. So I'm red Padmakumara and yellow Padmakumara. Basically, if you have learned colors, and if you mix all the colors, and then you rotate it like a fan, then it would become white. And then if you take away one color, it would become black. Then I become the black Padmakumara. So I can change my clothes, and I can change my mantras. Mahaguru. In the future, well, it's not a rule, but if you like, yeah, you can chant this mantra too. It has a meaning. The wisdom of the universe, the great wisdom, the great teacher, the lotus-born, and his Buddha land attained. So it can change. So there are 84,000 Dharma gates. They're ever-changing. So Mahabala has a blue body and a red body. And Grandmaster likes whatever color, wears whatever color he likes. And tomorrow I will wear purple. I have no set color because everybody is Padmakumara. You are all Padmakumaras. Did Grandmaster set the rule that today is white Padmakumara, so you can only use white flowers and not red colors, and purple, little purple flowers and green leaves? Get rid of them. We can only have white. No. You can have all different colors. You know, the color these days, sometimes they have one flower with all different colors. So the Buddha of flowers with all different colors, various colors, precious flower to embellish his body. So the Buddha with the embellishment of various colors, flowers. So Grandmaster too. And tomorrow I will wear purple. I will start wearing purple. Why? Because we are going to LA, to California. Not only teachers are smart, but they are also hoodlums. And the professor and someone were on the train, and the professor said, you ask the question. If I can answer, then you'll get $5. And the professor thought that he is very knowledgeable, and the farmer who only knows how to farm. So if you cannot answer, I give you $500. But I mean, if you cannot answer, I give you 500. If you can answer, I give you 500. But if I cannot answer, you just give me $5. That's fine. And the professor asks, what is the distance between the moon and the earth? Yeah, it's written in the book. And the farmer didn't say anything. And he gave him $5. The farmer didn't know the answer, but the professor knew. Now it's the farmer's turn to ask the question. So 3 legs going up the mountain and 4 legs coming down the mountain. What kind of animal is that? And the professor kept mulling it over and did not know. And then he gave the farmer $500. And then the farmer wanted to take a rest after getting the money. But the professor kept asking, what kind of animal is it? And then and then the farmer just took $5 out of the $500 and gave it to the professor. So don't think that the professor is smart. The farmer is stupid, but actually the farmer is smart. So he earns a lot and then just give a little. He didn't know either. He just asked any question. And Grandmaster too. Actually, I don't know. So I asked them and they don't know. And I laugh in my heart because I don't know either. There are lots of things that we don't understand. Don't think that Grandmaster understands everything. There's still a lot of things that Grandmaster doesn't know. But in summary, these all are convenient methods. Buddha Dharma is also just a convenient method. So think about it. Buddha Dharma is what was transmitted by Sakyamuni Buddha and all the lineage gurus, how to be reborn in the Pure Land or directly attaining Buddhahood. It's a convenient Dharma taught by Sakyamuni Buddha and the lineage gurus. But once you have arrived at the Buddha land, once you're completely purified, you have no need for Buddha Dharma. What use is Buddha Dharma to you then? It's a very simple concept. The wife was having fun outside. Was on the outing for the whole day, and then told the husband, I went out and whatever I saw, it looks like you. And the husband replied, oh, you have good conscience. Well, because of that, I'll pick you up. Where are you? And the wife replied, at the zoo. She called and said that I saw a lot of things that look like you. And the husband thought, oh, the wife is missing the husband. And he's very happy and wanted to pick her up and asked, where are you? And she said, at the zoo. All the animals are like you. Actually, human beings are the same. Human beings are one of the animals. No difference with the animals in the zoo. In Buddhism, there are 3 kinds of animals. One is chicken, one is snake, and one is pig. These 3 animals always appear, and they represent, you know what they represent? The same with human beings. The greedy ones are pigs. They're like the precept pig, the character in the Journey of the West. And chicken is the ignorance, doesn't understand anything. And snake is poisonous, can harm people. The same with human beings. What ingredients you have on you, you need to dispel all these animal natures or instincts from your body, greed, aggression and ignorance. Purify yourself until completely purified, and the methods that you use would be Buddha Dharma. So once you purify your body, you would attain Buddha. You would become a Buddha. You don't want to become animals in this human world. Actually, human beings are one of the animals, but they just have a slightly better brain.